Hey guys, welcome back to this video. So this one, should the wife come first or should his mother come first? Living and cleaving versus honoring your parents. It's going to be a bit, so let's get into it. Today I'm dressed by Rebel Africa. I'm so excited. I love shirts. So as you can see, this shirt is from Rebel Africa. Please check them out on Instagram. They have amazing clothes for you and it's Ugandan made. So that's what I really, really like. So check out Rebel Africa and be sure to get yourself a great outfit. All right. So guys, I want to hear from you in the comment section. Before even you hear anything, yeah? Who do you think should come number one? Is it his mother? Or is it you, the wife? So many people ask me in the comment section, my mother-in-law is too much or things like that, or he's giving too much money to his family. What should I do? So I'm going to just break down the two principles. So there is living and cleaving. So the man will cleave, and you guys become one with the wife. But then also there's the aspect of honoring your parents. So I will start with the living and cleaving. So, in my perspective, the relationship with the wife is more permanent, yeah? And the one with the parents is temporary because remember, you're leaving. That means you have to move. And then you're going to be joined with this other person. So, it's a more permanent relationship and it should come first. Priority number one. Men, are you listening? By the way, there are even also wives who are still, too involved with their family, like every decision, they are taking it there. So I'm talking to the husbands, the wives, and then the parents. Please, you need to watch the full video, okay? So in my perspective, one relationship is more permanent, the other one is temporary, yeah? So always prioritize your wife, always prioritize your husband first. But then when I talk about honoring your parents, we see in 1 Timothy, I think it's chapter 5, where it talks about that you should look after your family members because they are in the old age and things like that. So it's a mandate upon us to look after our parents in their old age. I mean, they have given us all these things. So now it's our turn and it pleases God. So if it's genuine needs, the genuine needs of the parents, then we need to step up and look after them even when we don't feel like it. And I know so many times some mothers-in-law are too much. Either they don't like the wife or they still feel like they own this son of theirs. So they are meddling into your relationship. Where you're going, you have to first consult the mother. Those are not genuine needs. If they truly, really need this support, then you can support them even when you don't feel like it. So if they are over meddling, please, you need to respectfully decline. You don't have to say, Munanga, she's my mother, I'm honoring. No. If there's anything that is causing the principle of living and cleaving to be violated, then you know that you have to respectfully decline. Husbands, are you hearing? Yeah. So your mother-in-law doesn't have to decide which car, you need to drive, and any affair in your home, please, it should always be the wife first and then the mother. But I also want to speak to the wives because there are some wives who are just generally selfish. You don't want the guy to even talk to his mom or his sisters. You just want it to be you and him alone, like an island. That doesn't work, yeah? Because these people have been in his life. They have brought him up. They have raised him. They have supported him. So it's important that he keeps that relationship as long as it's not infringing on your rights as a wife. So those are the two principles I wanted to first break down before we go into how we actually live these in our day-to-day lives, yeah? So remember, the first thing is living and cleaving. So priority should always be the wife. The most important relationship should be you and your husband. Okay, apart from God. God comes first, then you two together. No one else should be coming in to make decisions for you and things like that. And then also we need to remember that we need to honor our parents and be there for them, support them where possible, as long as it's their genuine needs and things are reasonable. Yeah. So those are the first 2 points. So any other examples that you might have that you've been sending me on Instagram, my mother-in-law did this, Always remember those two principles, yeah? Light bulb moment with Lisa. Did you know that there's a study that found that only half of your friends would consider you their friend? I keep telling you guys, stop tying on people. I'll tie only on my husband. He's the only one. The rest. So now, in living it out in day-to-day life, the first thing I want to tell you is you need to agree. Always consult and always talk about these things with your wife, with your husband, before you talk to anyone else. Do you want to buy that car? Ask your wife. It's your car together as a family. Why are you going to first ask your mom or your brothers and things like that, And before you come to that decision, because there are some men who will first buy the car, first do all these things. You buy the car for your mom, you do all these things, and then you just come to inform. That's unacceptable. Don't just inform me. I need to be involved. So whatever decision it is it providing for her medical bills and things like that? Talk about it, because remember, this is your money. You're in a relationship together, so we need to agree. So please first talk through all these things. That's the first point. The second point that you need to do is be reasonable and realistic. So we have grown up with our parents and all these things, and we have different traditions. For example, Christmas, we always have Christmas in Dubai as a family. Yeah, my God. Now you as a chick, for you've always been enjoying Christmas in Dubai or wherever. And now you're married, and then he's saying, no, we're going to have Christmas with my family. And saying, no, for us, this is how we've been celebrating. You left, my dear. You left, So try and be reasonable and realistic in these expectations. Maybe talk about these things. Can we have Christmas with my family this year? Or Easter's will be with yours and things like that. So try and be realistic. Don't try to be hell-bent on this is how we used to do things. Now you need to set your own things as a family. If you want to spend Christmas alone, no one should coerce you to go to your in-laws. No. If you have decided as husband and wife that as our family, this is what we have decided, will be Christmas time, we spend it abroad. It should be acceptable. People should not coerce you and say, but we shall see you another day. Now, this is our own tradition, yeah? And even when we talk about being realistic, you find that, let's say, a man, or even a woman, but let's not talk about the men, they may come for us. But you find that he's paying school fees for like 7 siblings. Like, while it's beautiful, you're honoring, doesn't he have other siblings? Like, you find that the family, your new family, is so stretched, and yet you're giving so much to the other family. So let's be realistic. Can you pay for 2? Are you able to pay for maybe 2? Can other siblings chip in? Like, always try to think about, what about us? Remember, you're supposed to leave an inheritance for your children's children, but meanwhile, you're not able to do that because you're the one now. All 7 siblings, you're taking them to school. All mothers' medical bills, all fathers. It can be too much. And even if I'm a wife, even me, I'm so loving and honoring. Some things can put you to the edge, So let's try to think this through. Yeah, sometimes we are so emotional because it involves our brothers, our mothers, and you feel like, oh, my mother will not, if I don't send her the money every week, she may not survive. But black tax is something that actually affects marriages. So please think through, what is the realistic amount of money to give? Is it budgeted for? It's okay to budget for it. It's not that every time your people come that they should get money. And I always tell people that as the man, handle your things with the family, and then the woman as well. Like, say, be the one to say, no, I'm not able to send money today because we don't have it, or it's not budgeted for, and it's okay. People think that when I say I don't have money to give you, it means I'm broke. Let's not get it twisted. It just means the one to give you is not there. Now I'm budgeting for other things. So if you see me at a restaurant and then I didn't give you money, it doesn't mean that I didn't have it. Don't say, hey, Lisa is stingy, what? No, it's not budgeted for. So I hope we can get that difference. Be realistic with your expectations, talk about things and agree. And the next point is pray about it. I know people say Christians over separate, but prayer it's important. We can't do without prayer. So all these situations that you have with your in-laws, with your sister-in-law, with your mom-in-law and things like that, take them to God in prayer, because only God can change hearts. Only God can do things that, we can't force people to change, but God can actually do it. So keep taking it to God in prayer as you continue to talk about these things, yeah? So please, pray. And also ask God to search your heart. Maybe you're the one being selfish. For me, every time I get an issue with my husband, I always first go, but even when I'm crying, I'm like, but God, maybe it's me. I'm not understanding, why is he choosing, things like that. So ask yourself, maybe you're the one who's being selfish, maybe you're not being empathetic. Put yourself in his shoes. If it was your father, if it was your mother, how would you go about these things? It really helps put things into perspective. So as you're praying, before you go to blame, first assess yourself. Is your heart in the right place? Because it's always a heart issue. Anytime you're fighting about certain things, it always comes from the heart. How is your heart like in that situation? Yeah. So pray. And then the fourth thing in navigating these things is involving, someone else. Involve someone else in the situation. Maybe you're not seeing what the other person is seeing. And this third party always gives kind of a new light, a new perspective, because for them, they're not in your situation. They're not emotional about things. They're very logical. They're realistic. They kind of have a better view, a wide angle lens, because when you're in the picture, you can't see the frame. So involve someone, maybe your accountability partner, maybe, your best man. I hope you chose a good best man, who has the same value system as you, who is Christian. But if you just chose a best man, just come we go. Now you see you have no one to ask. So even in choosing the people who stand with us, please choose the right people, yeah? So that when these big issues come, you can take them up to them and let them hear you out, and let them be that third party who can mediate and show you, what you're doing wrong, or how to do all these different things. So please, I hope these tips have been helpful. Don't forget that yes, there is living and cleaving, but there's the aspect of honoring. But if there's anything that is trying to violate your living and cleaving and becoming one with your wife or your husband, please respectfully decline. God will be pleased. And that's what matters. My name is Lisa Kusima. Please subscribe to the channel, because I know you've just been getting nuggets, yeah? I'm here to inspire.